How you doing? This is Tom McGivern with Douglas Elliman Real Estate. This is the Long Island Housing Market Podcast. Last one I did was in, I think, early February. I'm only going to be covering Suffolk County and going to go over what's available on the market. So I'm not going over sales. So I do this every month, and I recently had a conversation with a buyer, and he was telling me how he's going to wait not to buy, and he thinks it's, the market's, priced too high and everything else. And so, I was like, well, I just talked to him the other day again, and I said, well, that rates are down. They dropped again, and if you qualify, you're looking at a 3.875 for a 30-year fixed mortgage right now. The value of what I call cheap money is I can't be overlooked. If you're someone who's looking, to buy, and you're thinking, oh, the prices are high, they are definitely higher, but we're not in 2006. We didn't see year after year after year. 2004, 2005, 2006, and almost into 2007 with 20% increases in equity. We're not there. Okay, we did have the market went up for the last couple of years, and that's a good thing overall for everybody. Of course, if you're buying, you're paying a little bit higher, but the rates have remained low and they dipped. So I wanted to just address that point right there real quick. Let's look at the real estate market, Suffolk County. Again, I'm only covering Suffolk County. We do sell in Nassau and Queens, and of course, we have Douglas Elliman. We have a large array of real estate agents and teams throughout Manhattan, and into the Hamptons, the North Fork, and then down south to Florida and Connecticut, Colorado, California, Beverly Hills. So we are a growing company, the third largest in the world, actually, in sales volume. So keep that in mind if you need information elsewhere. But for Suffolk County, I think last month we were around 5,400 houses for sale total in Suffolk County. That's all price ranges. As of today, 10:30ish in the morning, there was 5,871 homes available on the MLS. That's about a 7% increase from last month. I don't know if that's anything, startling. I think it's about average. This time of year, we always add more listings. I think next month, when I do this, that number will be over 6,000 and could be in the mid sixes with regard to available inventory, because generally speaking, we do get an influx of new listings in the months of March, certainly April and May. Okay, so that's very normal. So I always break down the prices. We have under 300,000 is 759 houses. So if you're looking for a house under 300, you have 759 to choose from. Between 300 and 500, this is where the majority of the market is, 2,046. Then between 500 and 750,000, there's 1,341 houses. Followed by between 750 and a million is 680. And then over a million is 1,058. Now the higher end market, over 500, certainly over, let's say 750, that number I believe has gone down just a little bit. That doesn't mean things were selling. In one of the podcasts I'll look over, maybe a couple of weeks from now, I'll look over what's sold and contracted, and so we'll look at that. But the higher end market has been slow to sell, and has relatively high inventory. I think 1,058 houses over a million is a large number. I could even break that down, over a million to see, what's over 3 million. Matter of fact, why don't I do that right now? Out of all these I always look at distressed sales, which would be short sales and real estate owned properties. Those are bank owned properties. They're called REOs. They are about 10%. They're holding strong at 10%. So there's nothing startling there. There's no increases. There's 313 REOs. There's 246 short sales. A short sale, again, is a home that is being sold by a homeowner for less than what they owe. And short sales back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12 were big ticket items. There was a lot of them on the market. Not so much now. Again, it's more of a, 10% is a decently high number. That means 1 in 10 homes in Suffolk County is basically, it's actually just a bit over. 1 in 10 homes is in distress. We'd like to see that number, of course, around 5, 6%. That's more of a healthy number, meaning less people are defaulting on their mortgages and things like that. Out of all those 559 distress sales, most of them are under 300, which is another good sign. I think, jump back 8 years ago, certainly, the big McMansions, they were being called, right? These $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 houses, throughout the country were just empty. People, these big, beautiful houses you would think people would be defaulting on were foreclosed. They were empty. They were open. You could walk in them. It was kind of scary. We're through that. Majority of those houses in distress right now, they are under 300, which is normal. Back to the $1 million, I did look up over 3 million is houses for sale over 3 million with a price tag over 3 or more is 461. So there's a lot of, that's a lot, I think, for one county, Suffolk County, to have, that higher end is tough to sell. So your home has to be priced right and marketed correctly. Of all these houses, waterfronts, there's 606 homes for sale that are considered waterfront. And here's what I wanted to hit too, because I think there's a lot of buyers out there looking, and they're looking for a waterfront deal under 500. There's only 78. Okay, 78 of those, just over 10%, is for sale under 500,000. So you're looking for that's tough then to find that. So if you get one that's a pretty good deal and it's just over 5 and you're hemming and hawing over doing it, do it. That's a good good value for waterfront property on Long Island, depending on where it is. But the over $1 million, there's 337, and that's normal. Over 50% of the waterfront properties on Long Island are have a price tag of over $1 million or more. Out of all these the 5,871 houses for sale in Suffolk County, there's 4 that are 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It's 2,770. It looks like my chicken scratch writing. I don't know if it could be 2,775. That's how many 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths there are. Out of those under 500,000, and this is interesting, there's only 597. 597. Now, when I say only, too, like I've gone on several market analysis, comparative market analysis appointments recently. And one of the things I like to do is, unless you're in a premier school district, okay, grade, high grade, you go to bestschools.org. It's a good resource. And you look at what's the grades for various school districts. Like I think Miller Place and Half Hollow Hills made it to the top 100 in the United States. That would be considered a good school district based on their programs they offer and how well the students test, et cetera, et cetera. Unless you're in one of those school districts, because those tend to attract buyers that, hey, we got to get in here. If you're in an average school district, people are shopping multiple towns. Okay? Like I went to Connecticut High School, and it's a fairly, good high school. Was when I was there, graded well, we scored well. The But people who are shopping, let's say Connecticut schools, they may be shopping Sachem schools. They may be shopping in Patchogue Medford schools. Throw in West Sayville and Sayville, right? Depending on their price points. So that school district is going to get shopped to other school districts. Whereas something, let's say like Bayport, Blue Point, people specifically want that school district. Miller Place, they specifically want that school district. The difference between Hauppauge High Schools and Smithtown High Schools. There'll be people who want Smithtown High Schools or Smithtown schools only. So when I getting back to the market analysis, when I print up the competition report, if I'm doing a CMA for, let's say, $450,000 house, and it's in Bayport, Blue Point, I'm gonna focus on Bayport, Blue Point. Okay, I may throw in, on a mapped, I show a map of the available homes. They're orange. I may dip into West Sayville, certain areas like that. Maybe Patchogue Medford. Maybe they're looking in the South Shore, right? But if I pull up Sachem, I'm going to include Connecticut. I'm going to include Patchogue. I'm going to include Middle Country, right? And I show them this map. So when I say only, there are only 597 homes in this category, or 2,775 4-bedroom, 2.5 baths. Like out of those 2,775 homes that are 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, like 1,200 or 1,500 might be center of the island in those various school districts. So your actual competition is pretty high. If you're picking up what I'm laying down, that's really important to know. This report is just an overall general thing. And when people say, the market is, there's no inventory, it's really a great time to sell. You hear real estate agents talking like this. It is very focused on region and where your home is. And your competition isn't just the neighbor around the corner in certain towns. It's everywhere, okay? Because that's how buyers, the mentality of the buyer, they're shopping different areas. So jump over to waterfront. If I'm a waterfront buyer with a budget over $1 million, I have 337 homes total in Suffolk County. That's limited inventory for that segment if I want just waterfront. But if I want a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and I don't really care about the school district, and I'm selling my house, it's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house under $500,000. I have 597 people that I'm competing with. You follow what I'm saying? That's important to note as a seller. So while I might be saying things like, it's a seller's market, there's not a lot of inventory out there, even though there's some buyers thinking it's going to be a buyer's market real soon. With rates that low, it's a buyer's market. Period. Because it's a buyer's market for the sellers who want to sell and buy, and it's a buyer's market for the first-time home buyers. Period. There is no further discussion. If you're not in this, if you have money and you have good credit and you're renting right now or living at mom or dad's house and you're not buying a house or looking at 3.875% or 4% or 4.25 or 4.5 or 4.7 for a 30-year fixed on $1, you're paying less than 4 cents for that dollar. That's incredible. Historically, rates before 2008, when they started going crazy low, or 2009, 2010 actually, historically was 8.625. I think something like that, going back as long as they've been keeping data on that. Over 8%, and you're looking at half of that, less than half of that. Check yourself. If you are not out there looking right now, and you can, you're making a bad decision. But getting back to my point, if you're a seller, it is a seller's market. It's also a buyer's market because the rate's so low. But if you're a seller, you need to know where you're at in that frame of reference regarding your competition. Competition is key. So of these houses, right? 4 bedrooms. Okay, houses with one or more garage. People like garages. There's 4,022 homes with one or more garages. I didn't do attached or detached. If you want central air conditioning, if you go down to Florida, if there were 5,871 homes 5,871 homes would have central air conditioning, I would imagine. Here in Long Island, we have 3,189. So it's good number, a good solid number. If you're looking for central air, you could do that. But you can also put it in. I know several people who do central air conditioning systems. I know one investor, he gets great deals on his central air conditioning systems. So contact me if you need a referral for something like that, if you want to put one in or update, get rid of the new one, the old one you have. Master bedrooms on the first floor. This is a hot ticket item these days. 2,929 homes out of the 5,871 that are available in Suffolk. That's just under 3,000 has a master bedroom on the first floor. So I want to jump over to condos now. Condos, there's condos and co-ops, right? Townhouses, whatever. They'll just, what they are. They're either attached or they're detached, but they're considered condo associations or co-ops, townhomes, HOAs. There's a homeowners association. There's 610 total. I focused on condos only because the majority of the homes in Suffolk are considered condos. They could be planned unit developments, whatever, but they're considered condo. Co-ops are not real estate. Co-ops are basically you own essentially stock in a cooperative community, and the cooperative community sets the value of your unit. They're very tricky, and they're not real estate, and they can be, if the co-op is not managed correctly, it could be a nightmare. So you want to be very careful if you're buying co-ops for various reasons. But so for condos, these are real estate. You get a deed, you own the condo, you own portions of the common areas, etc. But a condo, you own it. The condo association takes care of the grounds. Usually, they take care of the exterior of the development, the roof, etc. There's 401 condos. Of those, under 300 is 133 to choose from. And with a master bedroom on the first floor, 216. That's total. 216 of the condos have a master on the first floor. Condos that are not, that are under 50, that are not over 55. Okay, so they're not age restricted. There's 270 of those. So just over half the condos are not age restricted. Under 300, there's 88. So if you're looking for a condo that's not age restricted, so you're not over 55, or let's say you are and you don't want to live in an over 55 community, under 300,000 purchase price or asking price, you're looking at 88 home condos. Over 55, all right, there's a total of 131. Under 300, price tag 45. If you're over 55 and you're looking for a condo under 300,000 with an asking price of under 300, over 55 in Suffolk County, there's only 45 of them out there. If you're in a situation where you want to look at those, you want information on them or anything here that I went over today, feel free to reach out to me. You can call me at 631-831-9048 or my office at 631-468-4867. My name's Tom McGivern with Bryn Elliott team at Douglas Elliman. Just to recap who we are, we service Suffolk, Nassau County. We also sell homes in the Forks, and we sold 111 homes exactly last year in 2018. We're a Pinnacle Award recipient, the Douglas Elliman's highest recognition, and of course Douglas Elliman is the #1 firm on Long Island, and we're a large part of that. So if you're looking to market your home or looking to buy a home, we would love to help you. You can give me a call at 631-831-9048. I appreciate you listening. And if you have any questions, give me a holler. Take care.